Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our next session of grade standard 10, subject social science, and today we are going to cover chapter number 3, cultural heritage of India, sculpture and architecture. As per Gujarat board blueprint, the chapter weightage is of 4 marks. As we all know that our country India is famous for its rich cultural heritage, and the sculpture and architecture is a unique identity of our country. So let's have a detailed study of the chapter and get more knowledgeable and update by the information which we collect from our lesson. Okay students, so let's start our chapter number 3, cultural heritage of India and sculpture and architecture. Students, as we all know that India is world famous for its rich cultural heritage, to be very proudful moment that we are Indians. India is world famous for its rich and cultural heritage. The art of sculpture and architecture has brought a unique identity to India. Now if we consider about the town planning, yes, Indus civilization, which is considered to be the very oldest one on this earth, the town planning of the Indus culture of ancient India was considered as a greater than contemporary town planning of the world, and it is very remarkable. Okay students, so let's come to our next topic, that is sculpture. The art of shaping figures or designs with facial expression in round or in a relief professionally performed by a sculptor with the help of a chisel and hammer is known as sculpture. Yes, you can have the definition of sculpture by this. It's an art of shaping the figures or any designs or any facial expression. Yes, and this is done by the professional peoples, artisans, and with the chisel and hammer. Yes, supporting tools are the chisel and hammer through which the person can give the shape to anything. So sculpture means to carve the filling on stones, wood or on metal with the hammer and chisel. Architecture. Simple meaning of architecture means art of construction. Yes, construction nowadays also we all know, buildings and all the things which we build. The word Vastu is used for architecture in Sanskrit language, and it is very much renowned. Yes, Vastu and also the Vastu Shastra. It's a study of the directions, construction, and the word Vastu is used for architecture in Sanskrit language. In this reference, art of constructing buildings, houses, town, wells, forts, minarets, temples, mosques and tombs is called architecture. Skill of architecture is seen in the art of his architecture. Yes, you must have visited any of one places which are you can see here on the screen, and the skill of the architect can be seen in the art of his architecture. Students, if we come to our next topic, that is ancient Indian town planning. In this topic we will study about the town planning in the ancient time. So India has acquired expertise in the field of town planning. Many such towns have been found out during archaeological excavation work. The town were divided into 3 sections. Very first, fort of rulers. Second was house of administrative officers situated on the upper part of town, and third was the residence of common people situated on the lower part of town. Obviously, yes, the things were kept in the mind at that time also, that the people on the post, yes, were given the place at the upper part. Common people used to live on the lower part of the town. Forts for rulers were constructed on the upper part of town. Upper part of the town is safe and protected with the houses having 2 or 5 rooms. So at that time also people used to build the houses at the upper part to keep them safe from the natural disasters or like that way, okay, like flood and this. So even at that time they used to construct 2 to 5 rooms. Houses on the lower part of the town are mainly constructed with the handmade bricks. People of Indus Valley civilization has developed many more beautiful and systematic towns than many other civilization of world from the architectural point of view. So the oldest Indus Valley civilization at that time also it has developed it plan, yes, very beautifully and systematically, and other civilization of the world from the architectural point of view also have continued the same thing. Among all of them, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had the best town planning. So very first we are going to study in detail about the Mohenjo-daro's town planning. In 1922, archaeologists named Rakhal Das Banerjee and Dayaram Sahni found out remains of huge town planning during excavation work. Which was being carried out under the guidance of Sir John Marshall and Colonel Meek in Larkana district, which is now in Pakistan of Mohenjo-daro. So students, you can see here on the map of the India, the place is right now in the Pakistan. Coming to the next, Mohenjo-daro means the heap of the deads. Now let's study about the construction of town during the Mohenjo-daro civilization. From the point of view of town planning, Mohenjo-daro is the best. Houses were built on high plinths to protect themselves from floods and dampness. The houses of rich people were double-storied, having 5 to 7 rooms, while those of poor people were single-storied, having 2 or 3 rooms. The town was fortified. The main entrance of the house opened on the sides lane and not on the main roads. Remains of storehouse, kitchen and bathrooms were found in every house. There was proper arrangement of doors and windows to keep the houses airy and ventilated. Students, it's very true when we also build or construct. So yes students, today also in the modern world also when we construct our house or buildings, we keep all the things in the mind, and we also guide the constructor to keep the houses airy and ventilated, proper arrangement of the doors and windows. All these things are kept in the mind, and while looking the directions also the houses or the buildings are constructed. Now the roads. If we consider during the Mohenjo-daro periods, the roads construction were the main feature of this town planning. The roads were 9.75 meters wide. The small link road crossed the major ones at right angle. The roads were wide enough for a number of vehicles to pass at a time. Roads of town were straight main roads without any turns. This is considered to be the speciality of the ancient time. There were two main roads. One was going from north to south and other was going from east to west. Both crossed each other at right angle. Pits on the road side suggest that there might have been lamp posts. If we discuss about the drainage system is a unique feature of this town planning. Such a drainage system was found nowhere except in island of Crete in the Mediterranean Sea. This system was built to drain dirty water out from the town, each and every house as a cesspit. This plant system had an efficient drainage system, clearly proves that they were very careful about their health and hygiene. Yes, so same thing, today also we keep all these things in the mind, that the dirt goes out from the house. Yes, keeping our health and hygiene in the mind, we plant the drainage system. Public bath. A huge bath was excavated at Mohenjo-daro. There was an arrangement to put fresh water in and dirty water out. There might have been facility for hot waters and small rooms for changing the clothes. This public bath might have been used on festivals and religious ceremonies. Public building. The ruins of two huge buildings have been found at Mohenjo-daro. They might have been used as a town hall or as a theatre or an administrative office or a granary. The barrack of such building was also found out. This must have been used to accommodate soldiers. So students, now come to the next, Harappan civilization. In 1921, under the leadership of Sir John Marshall and Colonel Meke, Dayaram Sahni discovered very ancient remains of Indian civilization from Montgomery, Punjab district near Harappa. The remains of Indus Valley civilization were found from Raupar, Almirgarpur at Meerut in Uttar Pradesh, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Lothal at Dholka in Gujarat. Deshalpur Shikrapur in Kutch, Dholavira, Rangpur near Limbadi in Saurashtra, Srinathgarh, that is Rosary near Gondal, Puntarsi near Morbi and Somnath, etc. The reign of Saptasindhu river is region of our Indian culture. The culture which developed here is known as Indus Valley civilization. Its remains were found first of all from Harappa, that is why it is known as Harappan civilization. Copper and stone weapons and many other things were found from this region. That is why it is also known as Copper Stone Age. Town planning of Harappan civilization was very systematic. Its granaries and forts were remarkable. People of that age were fond of wearing ornaments and such remains have been found. Coming to our next topic students, that is Dholavira, a huge and systematic ancient town contemporary to Harappan civilization has been found 2 km away from Dholavira in vast desert of Bhachau Taluka, which is about 140 away from Bhuj. Archaeological Department of Gujarat surveyed this heap of ruins after this officer of Archaeological Survey of India had undertaken the research work in 1998. Special task of excavation was carried out under the guidance of Ravindra Singh Bisht. Remains of Dholavira palaces and main walls of town were painted with white color. Such fortified walls encircling town suggested strong security. This walls is made up of clay, stone and bricks. Potable water was available here, as well as proper system of water purification was set up here, which is not made available at all even in modern age. Students, coming to our next topic, that is Lothal. Lothal is situated in Dholka Taluka of Ahmedabad district. Dholka is a place between two rivers, Bhogao and Sabarmati. It is 18 km far from Bay of Khambhat, from where 3 layers of human habitats were found. A huge dockyard was constructed to facilitate ship to the time of high tides at the lower eastern part of the town, and this is the unique feature of Lothal. Such dockyards, storage shops, etc. show the proof of exports and imports. This suggests that Lothal might be the rich and prosperous port for India. This is matter of great pride not only for Gujarat but also for history of India. Students, so the next topic which we are going to cover is the Mauryan art, and in this topic we are going to cover Stupa of Sanchi, pillar inscription, pillar at Sarnath and stone inscriptions. Yes. Very first stupa. So an oval shaped construction under which the remains of Lord Buddha's body were kept in the box is known as stupa. There are 5 famous stupas of King Ashoka's time: Stupa of Sanchi, Stupa of Sarnath, Stupa of Berat, Stupa of Nandgarh and Stupa of Devanimori in Gujarat. Besides chaityas, viharas and mutts were constructed, the period of King Ashoka was the golden period of prosperity for Buddhist religion and age of sculpture and architecture. Buddhist religion has gifted caves, viharas, chaityas and stupas to the field of architecture. Next is Stupa of Sanchi. Stupa of Sanchi was built during Mauryan period. The Sanchi Stupa was built during Mauryan period. It is situated at Madhya Pradesh. The original Stupa of Sanchi was made of bricks. It was half in size compared to the present Stupa. This Buddhist stupa is precious specimen of art of architecture. Students, you can see here the blueprint of the architecture. Yes. You can see the part upper is known as Harmika. Then Medi. Description is given in detail of stupa. You can see here the 3D both the sides Medi. Then you can see Pradakshina path. Then you can see the toran, which means the entrance of the gate. Three sides you can see. Students, the next topic which we are going to cover is pillar inscription. Stone inscriptions were made from single stone, that is rock. Stone inscription carved out by the religious order of Emperor Ashoka are the best specimen of engraving on stone. They were polished so well that they gleamed. Gleamed means shine. Such pillars were erected in Ambala, Meerut, Allahabad, Sarnath, Lodhia near Nandgarh, Sanchi, Kashi, Patna and Bodhi Vriksha near Bodh Gaya. They were carved in Brahmi script. Next topic, pillar at Sarnath. The stone inscription at Sarnath is the best specimen of sculpture. The pillar has 4 lions facing 4 directions. Sarnath's preaching place of Lord Buddha, Dharma chakras are carved below the lions' images. This chakra indicates triumph of religion. That is why it is called Dharma chakra. Apart from this, it has the sculpture of elephant, horse. Okay students, so next topic which we are going to study is Mauryan art, and in that you will study about the stupa of Sanchi. An oval shaped construction under which the remains of Lord Buddha's bodies were kept in a box is known as stupa. Students, you can see here. So there are 5 famous stupas of King Ashoka time. Stupa of Sanchi, Stupa of Sarnath, Stupa of Meerut, Stupa of Nandgarh and Stupa of Devani Mori in Gujarat. Beside chaityas, viharas, mutts were constructed. The period of King Ashoka was a golden period of prosperity for Buddhist religion, an age of sculptures and architecture. Buddhist religions have gifted caves, viharas, chaityas and stupas to the field of architecture. Next is the stupa of Sanchi. The Sanchi stupa was built during Mauryan period. It is situated at Madhya Pradesh. The original stupa of Sanchi was made of bricks. It was half in size compared to the present stupa. This Buddhist stupa is precious specimen of art of architecture. Students, you can see the explanation of each part of the stupa. The upper part, first you can see in the square the Harmika, the next you can see is the Medi, you can see both the side. Then you can see Pradakshina path, all the 3 sides. Then you can see the very beautifully entrance, that is called Toran. Upper side you can see the entrance, which are beautifully carved, decorated. All the three sides of the stupa. Okay, the next topic which is going to cover is pillar inscription. Pillar inscriptions were made from a single rock. Yes, from a one huge massive rock, the inscriptions were made, and stone inscriptions carved out by religious order of Emperor Ashoka are the best specimen of engraving on stone. They were polished so well that they gleamed. Such pillars were erected in Ambala, Meerut, Allahabad, Sarnath, Lodhia near Nandgarh, Sanchi, Kashi, Patna and Bodhivriksha near Bodh Gaya. They were carved in Brahmi script. You can see on the stone the script is being carved, that is the Brahmi script. Next is the pillar at Sarnath. The stone inscription at Sarnath is the best specimen of sculpture. The pillar has 4 lions facing 4 directions. Sarnath preaching place of Lord Buddha, Dharma Chakra are carved below the lions' images. This chakra indicates triumph of religion. That is why it is called Dharma Chakra. Apart from this, it has a sculpture of elephant, horse and bullock. This chakra has been placed in the national flag of Republic India. Images of 4 lions have been placed as our national emblem. This is considered to be one of the best specimens of sculpture in the world. Students, the next we are going to cover is stone inscription. Stone inscription carved by religious order of Emperor Ashoka are the best specimen of engraving on stones. Wooden art, stone sculpting show an excellent specimen of art of architecture. Along with erection of pillars of wood and stone, beautiful arts are engraved on the door which stresses religious behavior. Such stone inscriptions have been found in Peshawar, Dehradun, Thane, Mumbai, Dholi, Jogada, that is Odisha and Chennai, etc. Such type of stone inscription have been found from the foothill of Girnar, mountain on the way to Junagadh in Gujarat. Other than this, Palitana Jain temple on Shatrunjay mountain in Gujarat, Jain temple of Hathe Singh in Ahmedabad are such a stone inscription which provide complete information in Sanskrit and Gujarati languages. Students, the next topic which we are going to cover is the Dravid style of art in South India. Many Buddhist stupas were built in regions near Krishna and Godavari river during the reign of Satavahan kings. They were of semicircle, oval and bell shape. Stupa in Nagarjuna Konda and Amravati are the best specimen of Dravid style of art. Chola kings adopted Dravid style of architecture up to the great extent. So the next topic which we are going to cover is the art of Gupta period. During the Gupta period, sculptures, architectures, painting, dancing and music have flourished. Parvati temple of Jabalpur, Bhumara, Shiva temples, Irans in Madhya Pradesh, Narsi temple, Gop Mandir at Jamnagar, stupas, chaityas, mats, viharas, flags and pillars are the unique example of Gupta art. Gupta period is known as the golden period of art. Buddha statues at Sarnath, statue of Lord Vishnu at Mathura, statue of Mahavir Swami, caves of Udaygiri and statue of Vishnu in the form of Vara are the best specimen of sculpture of Gupta period. Next topic, cave architecture. Cave architecture is considered as a man-made place of beauty. Caves of Ajanta and Ellora at Aurangabad, Elephanta caves near Mumbai, Udaygiri and Bagh near Gwalior, Bhubaneswari at Odisha, Khandgiri and Nilgiri are famous specimens of cave architecture of Gupta periods. Kambalia Gonda in Gujarat, Dhak that is in Rajkot, 3 caves at Junagadh, Tadaja, Sana, etc. caves are also found. The cave inscription of Ashoka have been carved on the walls of 3 caves of Barbar mountain, which is 60 km away from Gaya. This describes the work of charity done by Ashoka. Caves of Assam and Darjeeling, Sudama cave of Bihar, cave of Sita are the well-known cave architecture. Students, the next topic which we are going to cover is caves of Gujarat. Caves at Junagadh. There are 3 groups of caves at Junagadh. First is a group of Bawapyara caves. These caves is situated near Bawapyara Mutt. They are 3 layers intersecting each other at right angle. There are total 16 caves, out of them 4 are in the first line, 7 in second line and 5 in third line. Possibly they were carved during the 1st-2nd century in the beginning of AD, that is Next is the caves of Upperkot. They are double-storied. On seeing their remains, one can say that they might have been carved during the end of 2nd century and the beginning of 4th century. Next is the caves of Khaprakodia and caves of Kund. On seeing the remains, it can be said that they were floored caves. It might have been carved in the 3rd century. There are 20 pillars and there are ruins now. Yes, now they are being degraded. Next is the Kambalida cave. It is discovered in 1959 AD. They are situated at Kambalida near Gondal, 70 km away from Rajkot. 3 of them are remarkable, means noticeable. Chaitya Guru with stupa is situated in the middle cave. Figure of bodhisattvas and statues of devotees are standing on both the side of entrance path supported by trees. And they are the 2nd or 3rd century. Next is the Talaja caves. Mountains of Talaja is situated near the mouth of Setrunji river in Bhavnagar district. It is famous as pilgrim of Talwada Giri. 30 caves have been carved from stones with a huge gates. Imbal Mandap and Chaitya Guru are the best example from sculptures and protection point of view. Cave architecture of Buddhist religions belong to 3rd century AD. Next is the Sana cave. These groups of caves is situated on the top of Sana mountain in Wankia village, Una Taluka in Gir Somnath district. These caves are spread on Sana mountain like beehive. Next is the Dhak cave. Dhak Giri is situated in Dhak village of Upleta Taluka at Rajkot district. It is considered that they might have been built in the beginning of 4th century. Next is the Jinjuri Jar. There are many Buddhist caves in the west of Dhak. About 7 km from Sitsar is the valley of Jinjari Jar. It is considered as they have been built in the 2nd century. Next is the Khaprakodia caves at Kutch. These caves are situated on the top of hills near Old Patgad in Lakhpat Taluka of Kutch. There are 2 caves. These are discovered by K.K. Shastri in 1967 AD. Next is the caves at Kalyadungar. There are three caves in Kalyadungar at Jhagadia Taluka in Bharuch district. These are the best old architecture specimens of Buddhist religion. Architecture of these caves is marvelous. An 11 feet high statue of lion with two bodies and one mouth in the form of pillar has been carved within a single rock. So students, the next topic which we are going to cover is the chariot temple. A unique feature of Pallava age can be seen in the famous chariot temple of South India, which is carved out from a single rock. Kailashnath temple of Kanchi and temple of Vaikuntha Perumal are the best example of architectural art. Apart from above, mandapas at Mahabalipuram and chariot temple of Mahabalipuram are also world famous. Each one of them is rock cut temple. These chariots are named after the names of Pandavas. Chariot temple of Dharmaraja is the biggest one, whereas the chariot temple of Draupadi is the smallest. The next topic, temple architecture. So many famous temple architectures are seen with the high pedestal and pinnacle with ladder, but some are flat with Pradakshina path encircling the Garbhagruh, which is the innermost part of the temple. The Bhumara Shiva temple near Jabalpur and temple of Larkhan in Bijapur district, copper statue of Lord Buddha in Nalanda, which is in Satlanganj, and Jain temples of Mathura are unique specimen of architecture and sculpture. There is a greater contribution of Pallav kings. Temples constructed in Kanchi, the capital city of Pallavs, are very famous. Thanjavur was the capital of Chola dynasty. The great Brihadeshwar temple was the first temple constructed by Raja Raj of Chola dynasty. It is about 200 meter high. It is an extraordinary temple of ancient India. Students, the next topic, architecture of Gopuram. So Gopuram means the entrance of temple. The construction of temples gain momentum due to the encouragement of Pandyas, ruler of South India. They built high outer walls and beautifully decorated gates outside the temples. The gates of these temples are known as Gopuram. The artistic glory of Gopuram has become more popular than its temples. Gopuram of Kanchi and Madurai gives us aesthetic pleasure even today when viewed from the distance. Students, here you can see the blueprint of the temple. As you can see the entrance. Yes, there are three Gopurams, means the three entrance. Yes, students, you can see the 3D graphics animation. You can make an idea. The part which is shown in the arrow, that is the mandap. The innermost part of the temple, which is said to be the Garbhagruh, where the statues of the god or goddesses are kept. Then you can see the Viman. Yes, Viman is a part of temple. It is semicircle or in a sloping shape. It has many stories and looks like pyramid. Then you can see the pinnacle means the shikhar. The pointed exterior part of Garbhagruh at the top is known as pinnacle, and it is plated either with the gold or brass. The next sun temple of Konark in Odisha, which is one of the best form of chariot temple. Brideshwar temple of Tanjavur has 13-storied gopuram. Metallic and stone ideals of this age have special characteristic features. Bronze statue of Nataraj is the best example of idol sculpting of that time. Chola temples have their own splendor in age in the field of art and architecture. Meenakshi, one of the huge temple of India in Madurai, is spread in vast area. It has 4 main gopurams. From an architectural point of view, it is a wonderful temple. In the medieval period, Khajuraho was the capital city of Chandela ruler of Bundelkhand. Chandela's ruler built a beautiful temple at Khajuraho. The style of pinnacle varies from others. Khajuraho's temples are finest temples to be known. Coming to the next, we will study in detail about the Jain temples that are called Derasar. Jain temples are found at various places of India. Vaibhar at Rajgruha, Vipulachal, Ratnagiri, Udaygiri and Shramgiri. These are the 5 Jain temples. There is a Siddhakshetra pilgrim in Samet Shikharji, and it is known as Madhuvan, Adinath Bhagwan and other 20 Tirthankars attained Nirvana. There are temples of Abhinandan Nathji and Parshva Nathji. Bhagwan Mahavir reached here and many sages attained salvation, that is moksha. There is a Jain temple of Palitana and Sankheshwar temple at Panchsara in Gujarat. Jain temple at Delwara and Ranakpur in Rajasthan are excellent and wonderful form of construction, carving, artistic skill and sculpture point of view. Especially Delwara temples of Abu, which have been constructed by Minister Vimal Shah, are Vimal Vasahi and other ministers Vastupal constructed Luna Vasahi. These are the excellent example of sculptures. These are constructed with white marble. They are famous in India as well as abroad because of their attractive, minute and artistic work of sculpture. These temples are wonderful and memorable gifts of Jain religion to Indian culture. Jain temples are worldwide famous due to their art of sculpture and architecture. The next temple, Sun Temple of Modhera. Modhera temple in Gujarat, which is in Mehsana district, was built during reign of Solanki king Bhimdev I. In this temple, a gem was studied in the middle of the crown of sun god. The entrance gate on the eastern side of this temple is constructed in such a way that the first ray of the sun falls directly on the gems, and because of it the entire sanctum is lit up, creating a divine atmosphere. 12 different images of sun god and erotic sculptures are seen in this temple. The carving of this temple is done in Iranian school of art. There are 108 small temples surrounding the outside tank, which creates a pleasant sight at dusk and dawn. Students, so the next topic which we are going to cover is the medieval architecture. The architecture of mosques, minarets, royal palaces, bridges, and inns, etc., are seen in the medieval age. Qutbuddin Aibak built Qutub Minar and Quwwatul Islam Mosque. Similarly, mosque named Adai Din Ka Jhopra was built by Qutbuddin Aibak in Ajmer. Very first in Bengal, Adina Mosque at Pandau region of Bengal, tomb of Jalaluddin Muhammad Shah at Tantipara Mosque were constructed. This region developed its own special style in field of architecture. In Jaunpur, Sultan of Turkey built Atala Mosque. There is an artistic grille around the dome. The walls and ceilings are decorated with many Indian designs including lotus. Next is the Malwa. Peculiar style of Mandu building is seen under the protection of sultans. Many such tombs have been created over there. The huge and impressive domes and carving of balcony in these structures are attractive. Tomb of Hoshang Shah is completely made of marble in Indian style. In other provinces besides this, the ruler of Kashmir, Bahmani built Dome of Bijapur, buildings at Bidar, Gulbargani and Madrasa of Muhammad Gawa, temples of Hampi, Vithala Swami and Hazar Rama, Gopurams and artistic pillars are well known art of Vijayanagar Empire. Students, now we will cover the architecture of Gujarat. Sculptures and architecture of Gujarat includes temple of various religions, mosques, viharas of both religions, mutt, stupa, chaityas, cave temples, Jain temples. Besides this, different types of building construction useful for the society like royal palaces, forts, domes, gates, Kshitidam, inns, upashrayas, visamas, verandas, skylight, watchtower, arcs, wells, stepwells, lakes and ponds. Figure of animals and birds are most popular, beautiful and magnificent structure. Very first we will take temples. So in the religious field, temples of different religion have been built in Gujarat. They are Temple of Bhadrakali, Gita Mandir, Veda Temple, Jagannath Temple, Ranchod Raiji Temple, Sun Temple, Hatkeshwar Mahadev Temple, Ambaji Temple, Shamlaji Temple, Somnath Temple, Jagat Temple, Bahucharaji Temple, Mahakali Temple, Swaminarayan Temples, Brahmaji Temple, Kodiyar Mataji Temple, Mud of Ashapura Ma and all. Students, if we take about mosques, so Jama Masjid near Teen Darwaja is in Ahmedabad. Sultan Ahmad Shah I built this mosque in 1424 AD. It has 260 pillars and 15 domes. Other structures include Sidi Sayyid Grill with minute carving, Rosa of Sarkhej, Shaking Towers, Mosque of Queen Sipri, which is also known as Mosque of Nagina, and Jama Masjid at Champaner. There are many such mosques in big cities of Gujarat. Jain temples. Jain temple of Hathi Singh, Kumbariyaji, Sankleshwar, Siddhigiri, Seturunjagiri, Palitana, etc. are quite well known from sculptures, architecture and carving point of view. Architecture of Gujarat, we take stepwells of Gujarat, stepwell of Adalaj, stepwell of Dadahari, Ranki stepwell of Patan, Hira Bhagor at Dabhoi are very splendid example of stepwell, that is wow construction. Apart from this, there are many best specimens in the field of architecture, that is Fort of Bhadra, Teen Darwaza, Naginawadi, Kankaria Lake, Rudra Mahalay, Shastralinga Lake, Chori of Shamlaji, Samadhi of Tanariri, Kirti Toran, Munsar Lake, Malav Lake, and all. These arts aid to the dignity and glory of Gujarat. Today Gujarat shines like stars in the world map because of its arts of sculpture and architecture and carving.